Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master of Propaganda, Hero of the Reich, Defender of the Fatherland, here to deliver on you. There's another glorious episode full of strategic and tactical analysis with a lot of historical stuff in it as well, and other stuff. We shall be watching right here Gabriel Killian and on tilt with the full tilt. God damn it, learn to spell properly. Opposing him shall be for the win, SAS and Democlassic, fighting for the Allies. Some Allied combined task force, Canadian and American troops going up against the Germans of the, let's just say 17th SS, trying to break out. Well, a combined SS kampfgruppe more likely, as they try to break out of the Falaise pocket, which is ever closing. We are seeing Kevin Macleod start out, 2 pioneers, nothing else, nothing more. Kettenkrad start out here from on. We'll just call him Tilt. Tilt, with 2 Panzer Grenadiers on the way, very aggressive head towards the right hand side, like going to try and get an MG into that building. Very common on this map to see the MG, since it can dominate this area, and more particularly the 2 nearby victory points and a few points, so it tends to be a rather preferred building to actually occupy. Again, it is a very dominant and prominent piece of housing of real estate. We are seeing, though, for the win, SAS pushing forward with 2 infantry sections, following up, no ripen as of yet, though, for Demo Classic. My pardon's right there. Not entirely sure what happened. Must be getting a slight cold. Anyways, engaging, pushing up there, of course, also 2 engineers start from Democlassic. Fighting breaks out, and there we go, as predicted. Gabriel Killian pushing a MG into that house. Panzer is providing support. Troops getting put out. He's setting up a trench, but his men are getting fired at. Recce section caught out in the open. Bike pushing in. Jeep doing what can. Bike goes down, and a bowl of fire. Jeep pushes away the engineers. Recce section seems to have gotten continuing to build the trench despite being pinned to the ground. These are truly heroic soldiers of the Commonwealth. And there we go, into the trench, into relative safety, and there we go, incendiary grenade. Rather counting until I think the trench in fact collapses. The troops are pinned, they're not moving. What is going on here? Is he AFK or something? I can't really imagine otherwise. And there we go, fine retreating, but it is simply too late. Infantry section went down. However, so unfortunate for the common player, and there we go, was on the phone. Perhaps a banana phone, I don't know. But really a poor timing to be on the phone. Hang on, men, I know you're dying, but you know, mother's calling. Yes, what is it, mother? Anyways, pushing on forward here, MG supporting the Panzer. There's nice coordination here between the 2 players. Bunker up there. Could be a good idea to get a medic bunker up there. Sunny Teats bunker. And we are seeing for the win SAS base round attack. We are seeing Democlassic, though, flanking, or at least attempting to flank, but the MG42 has in fact been set up to provide flanking cover for the Panzer Grenadiers. Nicely done there by Gabriel Killian. Infantry section ready for pulling away before the full wrath of the MG42 bears down upon them. They are safe for now. Recce section has been further pushed back, with also moving in now a bit more slowly. We are seeing a weapon support trader quickly on the way for Democlassic, likely going to get the heavier weapons to dig out the Germans, since they know what they have currently is going to be a bit struggling. Mortar in place going up for the win, SAS, and we'll just call him SAS since that's going to be easier. Tilts, Panzer Grenadiers going up here against the engineers. Germans so far enjoying quite the early game, again partly due to the phone incident from SAS. What a shame. MG pulling back a bit. Panzer will continue. Trench in placement, almost done, and in fact managed to finish. Lots of incendiary grenades that are getting locked down into the emplacement. It's going to cook like a barbecue pit. Sniper shot fired off. The Jeep doing what they can. British troops doing what they can as well. They are taking losses. The Recce section almost down. Rifleman squad almost down. Mortar rounds going down from the mortar emplacement. Lads, what are you doing? They're not Huns. I mean, I know they speak with a slightly curious American accent, but you know, that doesn't mean they're German. Troops out here trying to flank, but coming under intense treatment from the MG42 inside the building, seemingly forgotten right there by Democlassic. In fact, let's go look at Democlassic. Meanwhile, SAS troops are moving to the west. He's finally gaining some ground there, some traction. Riflemen here continues to be suppressed. We're seeing snipers on the way for Democlassic. 2 riflemen and a jeep, 2 engineer squads, and now snipers. Much more spread out sort of approach. And now we're going, in fact, there was a medic bunker. We are seeing a swift Krieg barracks up for Gabriel as well. He's barely got anything else, and he's immediately going for Krieg barracks. So likely going to get some grenadiers out. He clearly did not have much faith in his grenadiers. He wants grenadiers. Possibly a Panzerabwehrkanone as well. Keep rolling up. A nice job here with the medic bunker. It's too bad the infantry from Tilt was nearby to actually collect any of the wounded. MG taking up position within the bunker, riflemen taking up position in the house. So that's going to be a bit of a standoff, a bit of a stalemate. And there's of course the Pioneers managed to sneak up through this trench system and pour fire straight through the windows. And we do see the riflemen quickly vacating the premises as they cook and die. Trench up there, quick to man, although of course Panzer Grenadiers might decide to lob a single incendiary grenade down into it. And there we go. Trench abandoned. It did not work out very well for the Commonwealth. Mines going down already from Democlassic. That is good. That is very good. MG slowly advancing, setting up. Exposed position, already low on health. Sniper adding in, of course. Pioneer setting up position in the house. Going to provide covering fire, but that MG needs to get out of there. And looks like that is what is in fact happening. Pack up but no infantry. We finally see some grenadiers out for Gabriel Killian. Und die SS Kampfgruppe. Troops getting sniped. Armoured car rushing in, hits a mine, excellently down of course by Gabriel Killian, getting, Democlassic laying down a mine, allows the sniper to escape and of course prevents against an armoured car rush. So nicely done there, nice bit of foresight from Democlassic. Definitely putting Tilt on a bit of a defensive move right there. Jeep moving in, might want to try and finish it off. Pack rolling up slowly as well, gets off a shot and instead blows up a fence. Come on, Fritz. You can do better than that. Riflemen slowly advancing, Panzer Grenadiers shifting away. Fresh mines going up there, good, really good from Democlassic. He's actually laying down a small belt now. Good in the middle of the road, of course, where vehicles most often travel, but also, you know, here and other bits. So good, really good. What I like to see in alternate 2 versus 2 from any player, particularly an American player, but you know, also German, whatever, mining is good. So that is what I like to see. Then it is advancing up. Snipers advancing, firing off a few shots, getting some poor bastard. 2 snipers now out for Democlassic. He seems to be going rather awfully sniper heavy, but he still has infantry to provide a screen, so that is good. It's good. Grenadiers getting Panzerschrecks, though there's no immediate danger of vehicles. Supply is on the way, Sticky Bombs on the way there, and we see a field support truck up, but we also see a 25-pounder gun on the way for SAS. MG, though, continues to hold up here. The house Panzer is doing what they can. Kettenkrad getting repaired, and we are in fact seeing Tank Destroyer Doctrine, meaning he could actually repair the armoured car with the Kettenkrad.
Composition B is in.
British once more advancing up the west flank. Allies enjoying mostly parts of the map. Oh, another mine! Kettenkrad was a bit too slow. Kettenkrad needs to get away before the sappers get it. And Sticky Bomb from the riflemen before they get out there, and mine went off! Oh dear. And now the 25-pounder gun adds in, forcing the German west flank in a complete retreat into disarray. Mr. Tilt goes. The Grenadiers, they continue up. Mines have not been finished for SAS, actually leaving his 25-pounder gun a bit vulnerable, but there's only 1 Panzerschreck to do the job. meaning the rest of the grenadiers are going to have to provide covering fire for sufficient enough time, and they are going to have to hold the line because every single bleeding Allied soldier will be moving in to try and knock them out, to try and protect that 25-pounder gun. One more Panzerschreck. Can they manage it? More sappers arrive. They want to keep their precious work in one piece. And there goes snipers, and in Jeep goes down, but the grenadiers need to get away. Oh, and they were not able to finish their task, their duty. Left wanting, and there we go. The 25-pounder gun is still standing, although has seen better days, but that was definitely not quite to the advantage of Gabriel and Killen. In fact, it's time to have a look at the Germans at Gabriel. Mortar bereit. Still holding some parts of the map, holding most of the victory points, but a bit slow progress here. A mortar half-track now on for tilt. Snipers continue to be utter bastards. Mortars doing what they can, which is admittedly not an awful lot. MG opening up right there on the rifleman. Mortar round goes down, gets a few more. Panzer is advancing up here. Recce section could go down for SAS, and it does not show us the fire or the Panzer grenadiers, but they are dead. And howitzer fire going in on the German rear positions. Right here, the mortar and the MG getting one of the mortar crewmen. Defensive doctrine, by the way, up for Gabriel. I think Blitzkrieg would have done better, would have given them a bit more aggressive momentum, but too late for that. Now another armored car for tilt. Rifleman slowly advancing. Combat engineers moving forward. I mean pioneers. Too much to come over here too, I'm afraid. More grenadiers moving up. British front line is solidifying. We are seeing more trenches, more emplacements. Anti-tank guns now moving up from Democlassic, meaning they have a motor pool. And a Hetzer has rolled out for tilt. Hetzer, of course, did not serve in Normandy, but again served in the same time period, but only on the Eastern Front for that time. And advance continues up here. The Germans having a bit of trouble holding back the engineers, but they seem to finally be running them off, although we are seeing more forces being pushed forwards by Democlassic in the hopes of reinforcing success, though he might soon find the Germans were already plugged up that hole. And there's definitely an opportunity right here for tilt to actually do a lot of damage if he hits up there and then proceeds to hit the flank of the British positions that way. But again, the question is, does he have the tactical and strategic boldness to do that? And meanwhile up here right side, riflemen being supported by the snipers, causing quite a bit of havoc to Gabriel's troops again. Grenadiers are doing what they can, but again the infantry basically keeps the snipers shielded. Nicely done, and there we go, more sniper fire, more grenadiers moving up, but again they simply can't do enough. A Sturm Army or a Panzer Command might be an idea for Gabriel Killen to get some armor or vehicles out. It looks like SAS is just resorting to a blob. Most tragic, most less exciting, in particular since this is just a sapper one. And could be dealt with a few assault rifles quite nicely by tilt, but so far he seems reluctant to get those. Mortar round doing a bit to the Americans. Bunker here in definite need of repairs. Repair bunker up as well there for Gabriel. That's good. Wants to keep his allies' vehicles in one piece. Always commendable. And a unit went down. What a shame. Snipers now on the way for Gabriel. He wants to counter snipe the American Yankee bastards. In the meanwhile, Tilt's assault is rather slowing down. And also note here, SA is actually down a nice minefield right there, nice belt of mines. Going to slow down any advance going in from Tilt. Well done, by the way, although of course a single Kevin Macleod could render it all for naught. But those do not seem to be currently there. And there we go. Oh, the mine got the entire squad. Oh dear. That's never good. go look at Tilty. Grenadiers are once more pushing this sort. In fact, see one sniper pushed away. Looks like he might have been counter-sniped. The other one. And there we go, 17-pounder gun getting assaulted from Grenadiers and Panzer Grenadiers. Panzer Shreks are flying. Flamethrowers, they're moving up. MG once more in the building. Mechanic to stop the flamethrower engineers. Will the flamethrower engineers stop the MG? 17-pounder gun almost down. The assault continues. The MG is pushed back. Anti-tank gun firing away. The bunker is down. MG crew went down, by the way. Another MG up from Gabriel. And we see Gabriel's assault results in a complete disaster on the right flank as he gets counterattacked at the same time by Democlassic, costing him a lot of other units and a bunker. But at the same time, some progress is being made here on the left side, but at the same time we do see that SAS is moving forward in full force. Though he could be very close to losing some squads. Needs to be careful, Heads, and there we go. SAS pushed back. So it looks like the right hand side has been traded for the left side in the case of the Axis, and meanwhile for the Allies of course it's a bit the opposite. I do think that SAS needs to stop lobbying up like that. That's definitely not helping him. That's only making it easier for the Germans to stop him, particularly when he has two lieutenants. He could easily form up two smaller combat groups to flank from several sides. And he should also consider actually getting some armor. Even a few 17-pound, Stuarts or some Cromwells could do a lot for him at the moment. More artillery raining down. Tilty could... he could try and work his way towards Panthers. Assaults continue. Allies now intent on hunting down the Grenadiers and the sniper, though the sniper needs to be careful he doesn't get counter-sniped. In fact, we see Democlassic sniper nearby. Oh, German sniper out in the open! Oh dear, he could go down, and it's T-17 armoured cut out! What is this? That's pretty damn rare. Grenadiers need to retreat now. Schnell! And sniper tries to get out there as well. Well, that was quite messy. And a half-track went down. Heads here getting absolutely bombarded. Looks like the mortar half-track went down, get a bit too cocky. And without infantry support, it's definitely not very strong. Heads are getting blasted. Panzers moving forward. But these jets are equipping them with more Panzer Shreks. He needs anti-infantry weapons more than just armoured cars and Hetzers. He needs some assault rifles. And Casualty Cleaning Station went down. That is something. But he's still having a progress as problems, as we see lots of Bren guns being equipped for SAS's troops, giving them quite a bit of anti-infantry capability. 25-pounder gun firing in rather awfully close to their own lines. And looks like a cyber section just was cut down in its prime by the armoured cars. Really well used there by the Panzer League player. And still nothing that even resembles a bit of armour from Gabriel, which is definitely a bit disconcerting. And now dual Panzer Shreks, which is definitely going to hurt Tilt's infantry against other infantry, because again the dual Panzer Shreks are not really, meant for blowing up other troops. So there are definitely some issues there. Rifle moving in there. Damn it. And Democlassic is pretty much on the ball regarding mines. He's constantly laying down fresh ones. That's good. That is very good. We are seeing a Panther battle group being prepared right here for Tilt. No question is, will be able to do enough. Engineers rushing straight into the two armor cars. T-70s moving up. There's only one anti-tank and a few Panzer Shreks, and the T-70s could quickly get behind the anti-tank and at the very best. And there we go. It's already gone. The Panzer... get one T-17, but there's still one left, and there's lots of rifling as well. Another Panzer Shrek. So it looks like Gabriel has in fact equipped all of his troops with Panzer Shreks, which might actually save the day. Then again, it might not. Oh, never mind then. Still, it's not very often you see the T-17. It doesn't as such at the moment have any real advantage over the armor car, except you don't spend munitions on upgrading it to get it more stuff. I mean, you get rounds, you know, to temporarily knock out a vehicle, but that's about it. It doesn't actually do a lot more in terms of damage. In fact, it might do less, which is a bit the problem, since, I mean, it had to be nerfed after essentially, for a short period, a mini Ostwind. Except much, much cheaper. Full retreat going in here. Panzer is launching an assault. Lots of Panzerix again, which is good for knocking out the British buildings. In fact, there's another casualty station which can be knocked out, but again, it rather renders them rubbish against any British infantry, which again is rather what they're largely facing. Sniper here getting spotted, but again, he's just running past. Oh! Oh no! Oh, they get him, but that was unfortunate how one mine damaged the engine of them both, and another mine went off, and they get the anti-tank gun. That is a pair of absolutely bloody lucky armoured cars, and a mortar round sets off another mine. Grenadiers at Panzer is moving into the Panzer. It's time to look back at SAS. Losing it. No doctrine at all. He's got 8 command points and no doctrine. That is definitely very, very wrong. And another rifleman could go down. No. Manages it. No, a lieutenant might bite it instead. He even takes a direct sniper round, but belief in good old Winston keeps him alive. Constantly casualty stations are being blown up. Germans are once more forced back into their previous position of holding the 2 victory points there, but then otherwise not a lot else. Largely meaning the Allies are getting most of the resources. Panthers are finally ready, having finally been pulled forward to the front. Huh. I just noticed something in that musical arrangement for this bit of the British soundtrack I haven't heard before. Interesting. Must be the new headset. Anyways, Panthers doing what they can. Armour car, they're taking up most of the fire at the moment, which it really shouldn't when there's 2 Panthers around. Sapper Squad suffers a gruesome demise at the front of the Panthers. Registered artillery barrage going in. My personal suspicion for what is actually delivering this was a curious German vehicle which actually fought in Normandy. It was a, I think it's called the Freienwerfer. It was basically a half-track with, I believe it was about 20 mortars all set together, and then it could fire all those 20 mortars at the same time. They actually had a vehicle like that in Normandy. And that again would be the only weapon I can really imagine that could deliver down a mortar barrage just like that. So, a fun thought anyways. German sniper here is being a bit awfully cocky. Ich bin der größte Scharfschütze in die Welt. Oh dear, maybe not. Troops following up. Already 1 Panther is out for the count while he gets a lot of repairs. Might have been too close to one of his own mines, which was set up by artillery perhaps. And there we go, another 17-pounder gun down. I think SAS might want to consider, you know, getting something else, like some armour. Then again, he's rather showing, well, you know, his current strategy's been counted again. The Panzer League player and the British player are both working around some tangents which are not quite based on what they're actually facing, which is a bit odd. And now, of course, now he says reason for the 17-pounder guns, but previously he didn't really have it. An armor would have been better. At the same time, a howitzer was spotted here by the Americans. The Grenadiers actually went in, and that was because, oh, he left this entire area unguarded and unmined. He left a single path straight for the howitzer. That was a bit dumb by Democlassic. That could have been done better. And he was otherwise so sharp, and then leaving the foothills, they're open. Boo. Bad. Anyways, continued efforts. This lieutenant is definitely begging for the Victoria Cross, but he's likely not going to get it with those efforts and that little amount of health. Artillery getting called in. Royal Canadian Artillery down. Artillery getting called straight down on, causing quite a few losses there. Armoured car rolls in. Another 17-pounder gun lost. Again, when there's all those Panzers as well, they don't really do much. Need something to kill the Panzer Grenadiers first, the Bofors, for example. Or just some tanks that can stay at range. Get over repaired even. Right flank collapsing again, just a few grenadiers, and I mean, in that sense, Gabriel is performing even worse in some regards than his teammate, because, well, and it's actually time for the mid-game analysis. I'll just, briefly finish out that sentence, but I mean, he's just going for infantry despite, having it constantly countered by artillery and the snipers and everything else. He's not trying to push any advantage, even when he remotely has it. He's not trying to sort of push things in another direction. He's, for example, not trying to go, make the snipers a bit more obsolete by getting armor. He really needs to Sturm armory up, at the very least, get some needlewerfers out, a few Stugs and such, and push forward, but that's just not happening. And in that regards, both the German players are not, reacting fully as much as they can. They're not trying to, catch their opponents off guard. They're just repeating the same few things, and they're losing it. Because ultimately, what the Allies are doing are, well, what counters them largely. So it's not really, fully aware play, I think you could call it, from the Germans. Although now we are seeing a Hotchkiss light tank out there. Might get some rockets strapped onto it, which could help, in fact, quite a bit, since that would actually give them some artillery, which is definitely something the Germans are lacking. For the Allies, I mean, they're doing alright, but I'd really love to see him stop blobbing up and getting more 17-pounder guns, which just get knocked out. Get some tanks, man. Get some tanks and kill those Huns. Start with the 17-pounder guns. And we've actually seen some tanks out here for Democlassic, so he's actually going to push things slightly more to his advantage. Of course, likely Gabriel at the moment won't be so well prepared if he encounters a few Shermans supported by snipers and riflemen, so that's definitely looking up. And so far, Democlassic definitely seems to be the star of the match. But let's return, let's see if the Germans can actually pull things together, or if the Allies will continue to have a slightly easy time of it. Though again, it would be nice if SAS didn't insist on wasting resources on these damn 17-pounder gun, when again just a few panzer gunners with Panzerjets keep knocking them out. I mean, at this rate they might as well just be pinatas without any of the candy. And there goes, Sherman arrives on the right flank and wipes out a Grenadier squad. Absolutely nice entry right there from the Sherman. Another Grenadier goes down. 17-pounder gun here getting blasted. The other one already down. Again, it keeps repeating itself, yet SAS for some reason keeps feeding it. Sherman now going in after another Grenadier squad. Also, fun fact, when they were actually upgrading the Shermans, there were actually some problems getting them all to fully adopted, because a lot of the Sherman commanders liked the shorter velocity gun, but which also had a higher explosive round, because the other gun, the high velocity, was actually considerably worse off in dealing with dug-in infantry, which they didn't actually quite like. So there were some problems of getting them to adopt, even if it meant, being able to better handle tanks. So that's a little fun fact for you, ladies and gentlemen. Though again, another fun fact is they actually also had one with a 105mm howitzer mounted on the front, a bit like, a Stu, except with a turret. And less of a sexy armoured profile. The more artillery continues to rain down. Panthers pulling back. Panthers in dire need repairs, and of course the repair bunker is definitely going to help right there from Gabriel. Only thing really being helped by the Germans now is the centre. Lots of artillery going down. And so Hotchkiss fires its mighty rockets. The Hotchkiss being one of two light tanks the French actually made in the early stage of the war, basically meant for infantry support business. Which rather explains why, for example, they had a very, very low velocity gun. They were basically just meant for supporting infantry, blowing up some krauts most likely, since there was the runs the French were actually most likely expecting to fight against, not exactly, say, the Belgians or the whole Dutch. And of course the Germans caught an awful lot of these tanks, but there were also a lot of them which were actually in a pretty terrible condition, because most of them were actually in a terrible state of repair because the French couldn't afford it. I mean, that's actually a rather fun thing, and actually one of the larger factors of the French defeat as well. basically they didn't actually have an economy to really have a large, well-maintained army. They were much more reliant on reserves and such, which in fact also factored into the fact that the troops they then had, which weren't reserve troops, could only be there for 1 year at a time and were then put into the reserve. So definite problems there, but you know, fun facts all. Company is pushing forwards. Sniper adding in a bit of pressure there and a bit of weight. Actually, time to look at Democlassic. My apologies. Advancing up there, Panzer goes again. He continues down the same route, and they're just not very good against infantry. It's quite disheartening because again it rather shows that Tilt is not very well at adapting, and in some cases, you know, having to accept reality for what it is, not in his favour. And of course, it's also wasting a lot of Panzer gunners, and also denying him a lot of momentum because he just needs to run into the British infantry, and then he can't do much more. So in essence, he's quite limited in what he can do. Again, Grenadiers going in. Getting sniped, getting shot at by the Sherman. Gabriel looks rather intent on wasting Grenadiers. There we go. That was just plain daft. And now we actually see Gabriel trying to lay down some heavier work to try and blast his way through the Allied front line. The Flak 88. We also see the headquarters command truck here getting attacked. Another 17-pounder gun, and absolutely a stout refusal from SAS to actually get any tanks. Registered artillery barrage saves the day once more over here. Hurrah! Time to return back to Gabriel, again, who's got barely anything. He's trying with snipers, but he's not quite enjoying the same success. He's also lacking in armor. So we do see the Flak 88 is ready now, and there we go, nice hit. Grenadiers, they're almost wiped out. Scratch that, they were wiped out, meaning he's only got one squad of Grenadiers left. One Sherman down, Sniper's going to move up, and he's actually moved his own away, so he can't provide cover. He should have known this Flak is going to attract snipers like moths to a flame. And now the Pioneers are tasked with crewing it. Snipers need to be careful, they're getting rushed, and there we go, one sniper went down to counter fire from another sniper. Sherman down. Flak cleared out again. Sticky bombs on the Panther. Just an absolute disaster for the Germans, and there you go, British pushing in. Hotchkiss is being pushed back. Armoured cars as well. And a very close artillery barrage going in right there from the Hotchkiss. Catching several of the Brits out in the open, and my god, that was quite effective. So that worked all right there for Tilt, and there we go, Panther down. Veteran 2 for the anti-tank gun. This is definitely not working out well for the SS Kampfgruppe trying to break out. A lot of unnecessary losses, and again, just poor unit composition, and just sticking to some ideas. Well, that works. Clearly, I should just be able to win just getting those few things over and over again, despite seeing them die over and over again. I mean, there's a bit of a disconnect with reality, but also with the British player. And the thing is, if the Germans can completely exploit that, just briefly knock him out, I mean, they could win this game rather swiftly without issue. Question is, of course, will it happen? Or will the British just barely be able to hold the line, allowing the American player to continue doing his work? And there we go, another 17-pounder gun is wasted. And the Flak 88 once more recruit in the name of the fatherland. In particular, during the later stage of the whole Falaise Gap, things turned very sour, and that was particularly because, in fact, the entire Luftwaffe Flak regiments had been pulled back, leaving the army units, and the SS units for that matter, with only their own organic anti-aircraft guns, which were of a considerably less quantity. And that, amongst other things, also made it much easier for the Allies to basically just zoom in and go nuts on the German retreating vehicles, tanks and all that. Quick sticky bombs there on the armoured car. Could very well get one. Or no. Double defensive efficiency saves the day. Once more, artillery going down on the Flak 88. Panzers here fighting in the west once more. Not really achieving much. Again, the infantry can largely hold them at bay. And once more, one feels that tilt is perhaps a bit tilted off skew. And of course, snipers here getting absolutely blasted to bits as they're trying to move forwards. And 3 snipers now for Democlassic. He seems to be not bothering anymore. But again, it doesn't help the fact that Gabriel kills again forces, you know, just helping him. He's also just spamming a bit of troops. He's not getting any armor, not any vehicles. If anything, he's just encouraging Democlassic to spam more snipers. It's not very good. Though it looks like for the time being they have managed to secure every victory point. The question is, for how long will that last? And more Hotchkisses provide fire support right there for the Germans. Definitely doing that part of the work.
The enemy has 300 points.
And a bit of artillery here. German snipers need to be careful. Gabriel Killer is awfully... He's not thinking it through with his snipers. And there we go, they're getting caught and they're going to get just murdered straight up. I mean, both German players seem not very strong on the infantry tactical department. They might want to just work much more severely on that. You know, just saying. And again, Gabriel Killer needs to learn how to get some tanks. Definitely. But it was not uncommon to see the army units generally use their anti-aircraft guns and such in the more ground-based missions. That is not providing anti-aircraft cover, just shooting up, you know, Americans, Yanks, Russians, whatever, British. Of course, the Flank 88, but also the smaller ones were quite often used against, you know, enemy infantry and lighter vehicles for fire support, in which case they're also quite effective. Right, from here running into a problem as we are seeing a counter-attack in from Killian, who's remounting all of his infantry with a mix of full gunners and grenadiers. Fighting continues up here, and again, Tilt still refusing to get anything that could help him against infantry. Snipers now hunting his panzer grenadiers. Artillery here absolutely shattering Gabriel's troops, and time to look at Tilt, who is now preparing to get a Jagdpanther. Armored coming in, might get the snipers, come on, Panzerspielwagen, leichte Panzerspielwagen, save the day for the Reich. And no! Priest runs straight in front of him! Oh dear. An absolutely otherwise excellent opportunity to get some snipers, and the damn self-propelled artillery piece gets in the way, though it looks like he might have gotten one. Was just all 3 snipers running into the same spot. Looks like one did go down. And headquarters command track a bit vulnerable. Could the Panzer VI get it? We are seeing artillery getting called in. And there we go, they're just getting blasted. Bit of a brave opportunity, but we do see the Hotchkisses follow up with a fresh barrage, which doesn't really do much, which is a bit of a shame. More Hotchkisses, more rockets. Once more an attempt at getting that headquarters command truck, hoping to drain the British player further that way. Could definitely work out. Lots of rockets going down, doing a bit of harm there to SAS troops. Advance pushing up here through the center. Hellcat now, no more Shermans. Snipers though continue. Riflemen and other nasty business. And we have in fact seen Gabriel just being rushed off once more. He is unable to contain the Allied advance. And we see the headquarters command truck almost down. Raised artillery going down there, but not here. And could this be the dawning of the Jagdpanther? Apparently not. Headquarters command truck seems to be getting more time to stand. Another flag up for Gabriel. I don't think that's a good idea either, and that's likely going to go down. In fact, there we go, decrewed. The crew is mush. Panzer Grenadiers once more push towards the headquarters and get it. Hellcat encountering all of the Hotchkisses, and the Panther, but he gets the Panther. And the Panzer Grenadiers finish it off, but that is one Panther less. In fact, there are no Panthers left. And there we go, the Jagdpanther swiftly rolls forward. Hotchkiss tanks push away. Panzer is once more caught in another artillery barrage. And actually upgunning his Hotchkisses. In fact, they were intended to be upgunned, but I don't believe they actually got it in time before the Germans managed to capture it all. And of course there was also the very similar Renault 35, which was pretty much like this as well. The only difference was the Renault was actually handed out very much to the German allies, that is Romania, Italy and Hungary, whereas the Germans largely kept the Hotchkiss 35 mothballed until they began making conversions and such out of them. Heading over to SAS, sticky bomb on the Jagdpanther, anti-tank and wrecked. Artillery continues to rain down in murderous deluges. Why do you insist on that? I mean, they really don't seem to be doing much except serve as a target and a waste of resources. I really don't understand that one. And Hellcat taking a direct hit from the Flak 88. Another one, and that's going to go down. And indeed it does. And that's another 17-pounder gun down. Faster than you can say 17-pounder. And another unit going down. These snipers continue to be absolutely devastating. Oh, it looks like another's gone down. And again, not going to miss them in Companies 2, where they're going to be considerably less powerful. So that makes me a very happy Dane. Machine gun replacement up here, that's actually quite nice, but the Panzer Grenadiers now largely ignore it since there's nothing covering there. 25-pounder finally goes down, machine gun replacement goes down. Could they get more? This could actually prove devastating. Mortar emplacement likely going to go down. Priest managed to pull out of there. A field support truck could also be lost. This is a nice raid going in there. This could be what pushes SAS over the edge and leaves him combat ineffective. But no, looks like the Panzers are going to push away that. And looks like he lost the Panzer Grenadier squad. That's actually very bad. But he was able to rather cripple SAS. He denied him a howitzer, mortars, a field support truck and other bits. But that doesn't mean there's no artillery left at all. In fact, looks like Democlassic has gotten himself another howitzer. Jagdpanther. And another unit went down. The Jagdpanther rolling forwards. A scout car being sent in to take the victory points away, and they just continue to tick down for the Germans. Yak Panther's got a nice kill on the British, and they're actually getting a bit too close, making it easier for the Yak Panther to get them. With its high velocity 88mm gun, which could pretty much knock out anything. Rockets going down, absolutely murdering all of these British troops except for a few survivors. We could see the Hotchkisses sorting that out up close and personal. Though again, with the upgrade, they're considerably less effective against infantry. So that should be remembered. And artillery strike immediately and Coldian. Can the Hotchkisses escape, or will they go down in their hubris? No, looks like they do manage it, but the scout car then decides to rush straight into it and might be lost. No. No. Actually manages it. Actually manages it. Now the priest getting called in. Flak once more alone. This entire area has been churned into an alien moon landscape. Another sticky bomb, and again the Panzerschrecks simply don't do enough. Absolute chaos. And nicely done there, machine gun emplacement, Mr. Democlassic. Let's go look at him, whatever. More artillery getting called in to protect the victory points as they continue to go down. They clearly do not want the Germans to gain any more time, any more respite. Yak Panther could go down. Very low on health. Destroyed engine. Very bad news for the crew. Kettncrat down. Flak recruit. And Sticky Bomb finishes off the Yak Panther. But I think the unit that did it actually died. Oh dear. But now that is a smouldering wreck. Testament to Tilt's inability to protect his armor and get some proper anti-infantry assets. Rachel is going in here on the sniper. And losing Democlassic, but that's not really going to matter. I'll just speed up these few seconds. I said speed up the few seconds. And there we go. Game over. I lost the Germans. Largely due to a unit compositional issue again. Tilt getting lots of Panzerschrecks when there really weren't a lot of armor from those he was facing. He should have had assault rifles. He should have had some Hotchkiss unupgraded up closer. He should have had some other things, but he just didn't get it. Instead, he allowed pretty much SAS to just constantly keep him up without having to do much. And of course, SAS made his own grave blunders again. No 17-pound, lots of 17-pounder guns. That was about what I wanted to say. And, you know, no tanks, so that was definitely a mistake. I mean, the start of this match was Democlassic, who definitely had a better unit composition. Would have liked to see less snipers, but there you go. He had a better mix. He laid down lots of mines, and overall, he just played the best. And Gabriel, again, he should have gotten armor. He just kept feeding Democlassic with all that infantry and all those snipers. He could have gotten a few tanks, and things might have looked very different. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, one, subscribe to your friends. If you didn't, well, why not send a replay of your own? This is Imperial Dane saying cheers, and of course I'll continue to look for better replays, but again I have to work with what I currently have, which is, I'm afraid, not an awful lot. So cheers.